Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Friday Night Lights Review. It's your girl Marielle, and you know what I'm gonna already ask you guys, so you might as well go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Become a part of the Friday Night Lights family, where we do reactions and reviews to TV shows, movies, and other digital content. And to all of my subscribers, hey guys, welcome back. To all my new subscribers, since you're already here, again, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. As always, please share the video with your friends and family, and you can follow me on my other social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And as always, you guys, let's just jump right into it. Today, we're going to be reacting to the Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. This is a movie from a long series of other movies like Annabelle, The Conjuring, The Nun, so forth and so forth. So let's just get right into it. You already know what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons of the movie, and at the end, give our overall reaction and see where it falls within our 5 stars category. So let's just jump right in. I know I keep saying that, my bad. So the plot of the movie is based on true events in the year of 1981, where we meet Ed and Lorraine Warren. They go on their most sensational case of their careers after an exorcism kind of went wrong, where they were trying to exorcise a demon out of a little boy, and in turn went into another young guy that was in the house, also causing Ed to go into heart failure and have a full-blown heart attack. So now that they're on that journey trying to figure out how to get the demon out of Arnie, in the midst of that, Arnie kills his employer, stabs him over 22 times, and is now in jail facing the death penalty for first-degree murder. And Ed and Lorraine's journey begins there, where they're trying to prove that Arnie was possessed and that he did not do it on his own fruition. And not to say that he doesn't belong in jail, but he doesn't need to be charged with first-degree murder and to be put on death row. So that's their journey, and that's the plot of the movie. Now, I will say the journey does take 2 paths. We see Ed and Lorraine Warren's journey, and then we see Arnie and Debbie's journey in trying to figure out a way to get him through being in jail, possibly being put to death, and Lorraine and Ed trying to prove that possession is real, that it was literally the devil made him do it, and that his sentence needs to be jotted down. And they also find that Lorraine is linked to these possessions by way of her gift. So let's just talk about these points and let's just go. So the first thing I would like to say is I don't believe that this movie was a scary movie or a horror movie. I don't think it needs to fall into that category. I think it's more of a thriller and a suspenseful movie. Definitely not scary. It did not have any jump scenes, as my daughter says. It wasn't anything that made me, oh crap, nothing like that. But it definitely was a thriller and definitely was suspenseful. To me, to qualify for a scary movie, I have to be talking to the screen. I got to be telling you, don't do it. Don't go into that room. Oh, this just happened. And it didn't give me any of that. But you guys, you tell me what you think in the comments. I'm just a little bit different. That's just me. I will say that the movie was suspenseful again, especially finding out the so-called demon, the possession, how it went from the little boy David into Arnie, just off of invitation, I would say. So that was super suspenseful. That scene alone was pretty great. We see the exchange between the little boy and Arnie, so I thought that was good. I thought the movie was very informative about devil worship, about witchcraft. It didn't just give you this straight vomit of the mouth information about what was going on. They kind of walked us through each thing, how it starts, where it starts, and everything like that. So through the movie, they're constantly feeding us this information, and I really like that. And the movie was easy to follow. The plot took one path, and it gave us two journeys, but it didn't deviate. It didn't feel like there was two movies happening in one. So I really like that as well. Also, when the things were getting supposedly scary or suspenseful and thrilling, the scenes were very dark. And when things were positive and light, we got the day. So I think those scenes were definitely done very well. I really did appreciate the scenes where Ed and Lorraine and the person who was doing the possession, that they were competing with each other in this spiritual realm and this earthly realm through Lorraine's gift. Once you guys watch it, you'll definitely know what I'm talking about. I also like that the scenes weren't predictable. I will say that the movie definitely had you wondering what was going to happen next. Are more people going to be possessed? Is this person going to go on a killing spree in jail? Like, you did not know what was going to happen next. And that's what I like about this movie. And that's where the suspense for me comes in, because I couldn't say this is what was going to happen next. I couldn't even tell you what I thought the ending was going to be. And I'm a great seer of that, especially when it comes to scary movies. And I didn't see that. So that was definitely a plus for me. I did like the fact that they did tell us that Lorraine had gifts, but they didn't like dwell in that and they didn't give a backstory and an origin, because they already tell us from the beginning, where they kind of give us a preface of what was happening. Like I said, happened in 1981. It was based on true events. Ed and Lorraine Warren are like exorcists. They deal with demon possession and things like that. So we didn't need anything more, but I like the connection that they explained with Lorraine's gift. My first favorite scene of this movie was where we see Lorraine and Ed with a cop trying to find a missing person, Jessica, who also was connected to this possession that kind of happened to Arnie. And so this is where they show us Lorraine's gift moving in action. And this is where that dark and that light happens. So we know that she's going into this dark spiritual realm. And then we have the earthly realm where we're in day and there's no demons and anything like that. So the scene shows Lorraine as if she was Jessica stabbing her friend. So we see it in the spiritual dark realm where everything is dark and everything is just black and crummy. And then we see Ed, her husband, and the cop in the day trying to figure out how to pull her out. And we just see her stabbing. And I thought that scene was done so great. It was so dope. That was one of my favorite scenes. I feel like the overall movie was good. I'm not going to deny that. It just wasn't a scary movie or considered horror. If anything, I would dub the movie a supernatural movie. Because it does deal with demon possession, the occult, curses, exorcism, the gifts of the spirit, things of that nature. And that's where it definitely falls into that supernatural movie. My second favorite scene of this movie is where we get the meat of the exorcism and we get the meat of how everything unfolds. So we know that the little boy David and his family, a curse was put on them. They found the artifact under the house. They meet a former priest who was doing all that same stuff, looking into the occult. And he had like this whole basement full of demon possessions and the occult, how you conjure up death and spirits and all this other stuff like that. So the scene that I'm talking about, we see Arnie in the jail on suicide watch break free from the handcuffs that he had him down to the bed, and he levitates off the floor, where we know that the curse is trying to be completed. Now we also see Ed and Lorraine trying to destroy this altar so they can cut the curse. And why I thought it was such a great scene, because it was done simultaneously, back to back. Even though they weren't in the same room, they wasn't even in the same town, but the same way they broke the curse was the same within two sets of people. So the daughter, the person who cast the curse, put a little spell on Ed, and it looked like he had scales on his eyes, and he was trying to kill Lorraine, his wife. And Arnie was trying to kill himself. And when she was backed up against the wall, she said to Ed, I love you. She's trying to tear us apart. She's trying to get you to forget me. Remember me. Open up your eyes. Simultaneously, Debbie is doing the same thing with Arnie as this man is levitated in a jail cell, or in a psych ward. And she says, open up your eyes. I love you. And she says simultaneously, she wants us to believe that our love is a weakness, but our love is our strength. So open up your eyes and remember me. And he did just that. So instead of coming down on the sledgehammer on his wife's head, he did it on the altar, destroyed the altar. And as Debbie said, she loved Arnie. He opened up his eyes. He comes back onto the ground. He takes his deep breath. We know that he's not possessed anymore. And just like any scary movie, when it comes to devil worship and all this other stuff, it came to the point where it was like, look, you said you was going to give us a soul. We here to take that soul. So they took the person who did the curse, and she was contorted. It was awesome. Boom, bam, boom. And everything was done. So we come to the court where Arnie was dropped from first-degree murder and the death penalty down to manslaughter. He served 5 years in jail. Him and Debbie got married. Ed and Lorraine obviously went on all these different talk shows because, like I said, it made them very famous. There was most sensational case. But I gotta say, the question that they opposed to them when it was like, yes, you proved that it was devil worship, but what is this stopping anyone else to say the devil made me do it? And they kind of go into this full spiel we don't need to talk about. So here we come to the close of the video. What do I think about the movie overall? I can rate it for a scary and horror movie. I would give it a 3. But as a suspenseful supernatural movie, I'm definitely giving it a 5. So we're just going to meet in the middle, and I'm going to give The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, a 4.5 because of such the supernatural aspect of the movie, and I thought it was done correctly. As far as scary, guys, it's not scary. There's no horror to it. It's just a lot of supernatural stuff. So that is it for me, guys. This is the end. And as always, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you will be alerted when I upload new content. So if you guys want to go watch it, go check it out on HBO MAX, or go hit it up in the theaters, and you let me know in the comments how you felt about the movie and tell me what you thought. And as always, you guys, stay safe, be courageous.